Okay. By the time this video's out, it is supposed to be Nagito Komeda's birthday! Yee! Okay. So for the duration of this video, I'm going to do my best to try and remain as calm as possible. Difficulty, you may ask? Impossible. But it's worth a shot. Okay, so for those who don't know, I am a huge Danganronpa fan. I mean, I knew what it was for a while, but I never paid full attention to it until about the beginning of this year. And at first, we went through the first game. Pretty good stuff, you know? I thought, how could it get better from this? And then the second game played. And in the beginning cutscene, you were greeted with a certain someone's face. And from that day on, my life was never the same. This is why I love Nagito Komeda. Now, Nagito was born into a rich family, and his birth month is meant to represent bad luck and death, while his birthday represents a double amount of wealth and fortune according to old Japanese and Chinese beliefs. He was born with an extraordinary type of luck, and as a result, his life has always been shaped around moments of extremely good luck and extreme bad luck. The earliest known occurrence of this was when his pet dog was killed after being hit by a truck. Rest in peace, Nagito's dog. You will be missed. Now, his relationship with his parents is never clearly stated in the game or anime. The only things we know about them is 1. They took him to an amusement park when he was younger. And the second thing was mentioned in a class trial, and about how Nagito's mother never ever complimented his appearance once. I don't know how she couldn't say that. I mean, just look at him, man. He's so beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye. Now this is where things start to get bizarre, because one time when Nagito was in elementary school, him and his parents went onto this family resort for a holiday, and when the holiday ended, they decided to board an airplane leaving the airport, but the airplane ended up being hijacked, and both the hijacker and Nagito's parents were killed in front of him after a small meteor crashed into the airplane, leaving him to inherit all his parents' fortune and had become to do whatever he wanted to, as he was free and had no other living relatives. It's sad, but crazy at the same time. I mean, damn, a meteor? And really? No other living relatives? Damn, he really is alone. But if you thought the sad things in here, then oh boy, you out of luck. Because after his parents' death, during middle school, Nagito was kidnapped by a serial killer and he was released after the police found him. It was implied that the killer let him go after they found out nobody would pay the ransom, since he had no relatives. And as a form of good luck, Nagito had also discovered a lottery ticket in the garbage bag that the murderer kidnapped him in, and a winning ticket for 3 million yen. I don't know how much that is in pounds or dollars, but it's meant to be a lot. Now, the whole thing of a bad thing happening all of a sudden for a good thing to start happening kept going on in Nagito's life, and his only way that he could cope with this was to develop a strong faith and hope, so that he could find some meaning in his life. However, this turned into an unhealthy obsession, as you can see in the games, and because of it, he didn't have any close friends or even acquaintances, as other people were disturbed by his strange way of thinking, and he intentionally avoided other people in order to protect them from his bad luck. See? Such a thoughtful person, man. His bad luck caused the deaths of several people, and he started to believe that the only people with weak hope could be killed by the influence of someone worthless like him. His luck cycle wore him down to the point of drifting through life without purpose, waiting to die, and dreaming of becoming a stepping stone for the world's hope. Believing that he's unable to embody hope, he idolized Hope's Peak Academy and its students as symbols of hope who are capable of creating absolute hope. Hope that can overcome any despair. Now, during Nagito's teen days, he attended Spiral High School and was diagnosed with lymphoma and dementia and was given a life expectancy of 6 months to a year. Though, as it's later revealed, his good luck allowed him to outlive this. Hooray! Though he claims he was fine with being alone before, but then he realized he would die all alone, and he always desired more than anything to be loved by someone. After this, as a form of good luck, Nagito won a random lottery and was invited to attend Hope's Peak Academy. But he refused at first, believing that he wasn't worthy. But the academy was adamant that they wished to study his luck, and he eventually accepted the offer. Then, Nagito joined Hope's Peak Academy's 77th class and gained the title of the ultimate lucky student. He was aloof and elusive, but was known as the self-proclaimed ultimate fanatic. According to Jin Kirigiri, aka the headmaster, Nagito meddled with the affairs of other students and caused nothing but problems. The headmaster was constantly burdened because of him and described him as an incredibly problematic child. However, he understood that the boy himself didn't really mean any harm, which was the worst part of all. Now, there's much more that we can talk about in terms of what happened to him, but we're not here to talk about his origin, we're here to talk about why he is best boy. Now, I think it's also important that we talk about his introduction, because almost with anything, first impressions are always key to understand if you're gonna like something or not. Because, you know, someone's first impressions may be bad at the beginning, but later on they could be either better or worse, you know? And with Nagito's case, it's a very interesting one, okay? This is why. So in the beginning of the game, we see him, you know, staring at us, you know, because we just fallen asleep on the beach and stuff. But obviously, that was ahead of the beginning. And then, when we actually get to know about him, he's just nice, he's a gentleman, you know, he's so kind, and, you know, he just wants to accompany Hajime, you know, it's like, okay, so he's probably going to serve as our best friend kind, you know, kind of like how, well, I was going to say Kyoko, but she's more like the Sayaka role, you know, as in, you know, they don't really know each other that well, but they're just nice and friendly with each other, you know, he introduces you to everybody and stuff, and he's like, he couldn't do a single harmful thing. Then, the Teru murder happens, and now obviously some of you may have suspected him during the investigation, or some of you may have suspected Nagito. Regardless, but when the first trial was beginning, you were in for a treat, I'm telling you, okay? To this day, I still think that the first trial in Danganronpa 2 serves as the best introduction case, and yeah, I'm gonna stick to that. But moving on, as we progress in the first trial, we're slowly coming to the conclusion that Nagito is not what he may seem to be, okay? For the possibility that he was closest to where the table was, and that he could have used the lamp and stuff, you know? He slowly starts to break, and some of you usually get the impression that, hold on a second, Nagito can't be the killer. I mean, just look at him. He looks important. And maybe some of you might have known Nagito before you even played Danganronpa. Like I said, you know, he's everywhere on the internet, you know. His memes are just unavoidable. So you start to think, nah, he can't be the killer, right? Well, what's going on? And then the moment happens. Cue the clip.
How wonderful! How beautiful it is!
In that instant, you realize that the Nagito you thought to know and hopefully love was not the Nagito you thought he would be. Cause he is insane and we love him for it. I forgot to mention, I love insane characters. Not just really insane, but you know, just guys, usually just unsympathetic people that just want to do bad shit, you know. Obviously there's a few exceptions to this, you know. Not every insane character, you know, is my cup of tea, but you know, most of them are. But the way with Nagito is, he's not like other insane characters. I can't really describe it, but like, if you compare himself to other people who are usually known for being insane antagonists, he's not quite like them. You know, one minute he's going insane and stuff, and then the next minute he's just being a relatable teenager trying to live his life, trying to survive the killing game, you know. And that's what I think makes him so interesting, you know, and also why I love him, you know. And I guess I just have a thing for crazy characters, but it's just unique, you know, his insanity, you know. It just feels refreshing. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I've been waffling for so long. Next point. Okay, quick side note. As I'm recording this, I got a text message from someone asking me if Nagito was my girlfriend. Oh, if only! Now, when it usually comes to talking about Nagito, I think what the most common complaint about his character is his rambling about hope and despair. Whenever Nagito's on screen, you can bet your ass that he's at least going to say the word either hope or despair once in at least every sentence, because if he isn't, then he's a Nagito imposter, okay? I'm telling you, you can't have a Nagito without hope and despair, okay? Like, jeez, the amount of times he says it. But is this an issue for me? Well, the answer to that is simple, no, okay? Characters like that, I do not mind, okay? I come from a place where the characters I kind of like are known for being, like, having a certain phrase they say over and over again. Examples can be Nico Yazawa from Love Live, who constantly goes Nico Nico Ni. Another example could be Yuma from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, or nearly most Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists with the iconic catchphrase, "It's time to duel! Get your game on! I'm gonna..." What was his catchphrase again? Bingo! That kind of stuff. Most of you don't even know what I'm talking about. I just look like a fool right now. But that's besides the point, okay? The thing I'm trying to make is Nagito's rambling about hope and despair is not bothersome to me, okay? I do not mind it one little bit. Another thing I really love about Nagito is how unpredictable he can be. Now what I mean by this is that every chapter you have no idea how he's going to react, okay? I mean, act. Okay, so in chapter 1, he goes from being sweet, caring, all of a sudden to complete psychopath. In chapter 2, we see him just being tied up. Well, at least they're being safe, but he wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean, just look at him. It's definitely not like he tried to murder someone last chapter. But I do think that the moment he shines the brightest is in chapter 5. Which many people like to refer to as the Nagito trial for good reason. Number 1, he takes full control, okay? He isn't up for Monokuma's killing him, alright? He's here to put the killings to an end. And thanks to the secret knowledge he was given that the others don't, he realized the truth. Now, obviously we knew Monokuma was expecting to do something about it because, you know, he's Nagito, okay? He'd do anything for the sake of hope. And I mean anything. Even so much as trying to blow up the entire island and trying to get the traitor baited out. He even goes so far that the moment he found out that he had at least 1% of despair inside him, his resort, killing himself. Okay, that's not really how it was. He was trying to obviously get the traitor so the traitor could be free and all the other remnants of despair could be, but you know what I mean. Speaking of killing himself for the greater good, how much he cares for his friends. Now some of you may be looking confused like, huh? Did I hear him right? Caring for his friends? Huh? Okay, maybe not friends, because I doubt anyone wants to be his friend. Jokes on them. Classmates is the more better term, but what I mean is, let's switch over to the Danganronpa 3 End of Hope's Peak anime. It's a little minor thing, but there was an episode where the students were going to be taking a test, and they were all feeling stressed, you know, we're not ready for this test, so much shit has happened. Nagito takes it upon himself to make sure that this test can get cancelled because he wants his classmates to take the test in the best conditions that they can be. And he resorts to exploding the school. Man, this guy has a thing for exploding things. And I'm all for it. Now, this is just a little thing and many people might not even care about this, but to me it just shows that the lengths he'd go to see his classmates shine. It just goes to show how much he cares, okay? I hope he would do something like that for me. Maybe blow up my school. That'd be nice. Man, this video is getting long. Have I even addressed everything? I don't think so, but hey, that's why there can always be a future video to do that, okay? This needs to be out as quickly as possible. It has to be out on Nagito's birthday. We'll end the video with a quick Nagito edit if I make one in time, hopefully. But with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hey, this video might have been fun to make, you know, so why stop doing it with Nagito? You got any characters you like that you want me to talk about? If I hate them or love them, I'll give them my honest opinion and try to talk them in the most positive way possible. So, come on guys, show some love to the video so I know I can be making more of these. Leave in the comments what characters do you want me to talk about, because you know, I'm all down for making Dangan videos. Also, I want to make some Ace Attorney ones too, but more on that later. Until then, I'm Mario Pants and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nagito Komeda. Happy birthday to you. Blow your candles, Nagito. Yay! Make a wish.